Being that the vinyl community has such a big presence on Instagram, I figured we'd talk about the top 10 accounts you should be following. Hey friends, welcome back to Eyezz. I am Jarrett New, and today we're talking about the top 10 vinyl Instagram accounts. So these are accounts whose primary focus is on vinyl records. Now we got a lot to cover, so let's just dive in. Number 10, Vintageaudiolove. I feel like this is a pretty good place to start us off because a lot of people that are just getting into vinyl for the first time are doing so because of a growing sense of nostalgia. So that being said, this account, which focuses on vintage audio gear, is very appealing. Now, as of the making of this video, they have about 24,000 followers, and like I said, most of their photos showcase classic technology from decades past. Everything from turntables, cassette decks, amplifiers, receivers, reel-to-reel players, graphic equalizers, speakers, headphones, and tons of other hi-fi gear. So if you love the older stuff or you just want to see some absolutely beautiful vinyl setups, this is the account for you. Number 9, Paddy Street Records. Now this account comes to us all the way from down under in Melbourne, Australia. And the guy who runs the account is a DJ who I believe is named Jace. He's got about 4,000 followers, and when you look at his photos, the first thing you notice is that his collection is incredibly well organized. I mean, that dude must have thousands of records in his living room, but because of his IKEA Kallax shelves and the way he arranged them, everything looks very neat and clean and there's no clutter, which is really cool. And in addition to his 12-inch albums, he also found room on top of the shelves for all his 45 singles, 2 turntables, a mixer, a laptop stand, a headphone stand, and another album crate in the corner. Very impressive. So this dude's organizational skills are definitely on point. And most importantly, he also has great taste in music. Number 8, Kraken 1982. This account comes to us from a guy named Robert who lives in Sweden, has 1,500 followers, and according to his bio, loves 3 things: good music, coffee, and beer. So his music setup is what we're going to talk about today. And first off, he's got some top-notch gear. Everything from a Project RPM 10 turntable, a Macintosh amp, a Macintosh CD player, and most importantly, 2 really beautiful KEF floor-standing loudspeakers with a classy-looking wood finish. Now, I'm not sure what specific model they are, but if you know, drop us a comment down below. So anyways, he mostly listens to rock and metal on either vinyl or CD, and what I like most about his account is the variety. So in addition to seeing his beautiful music room, some album covers, and his audiophile gear, you might also see him preparing and enjoying a nice cup of coffee. Number 7, Vinylwife. This account comes to us from Finland from a lady with 64,000 followers named Sonia, and according to her bio, she's married to another collector who goes by the name The Vinyl Husband. Now, as the name implies, this account is dedicated to vinyl records, and the main star of the photos is, of course, the vinyl wife. So we see her in lots of different places, like the record shop, a hi-fi exhibit, outside enjoying nature, but most of all, we see her at home in the living room enjoying one of their many records. So the thing I noticed most about this account is that she definitely has a nice positive energy to her because she's always smiling, so that's pretty cool. Number 6, Mastervinyl. This account comes to us from Denmark. What is it with all the Scandinavian countries on this list? They're doing really well. Anyways, so this account has 25,000 followers and is managed by a guy named Thomas Farby. Now, when it comes to vinyl, it's not just about how the music sounds, but also how it looks. This dude has a beautiful listening area, and it's clear that he put some thought into how his vinyl setup is arranged. For example, he's got both a vintage turntable on a shelf and also a newer bamboo turntable from House of Marley. He's got a nice vintage receiver in a wooden cabinet, a wooden shelf to display albums, and a quality pair of floor-standing loudspeakers, also in a wooden enclosure. So basically, all of that slick vintage gear adds a sense of warmth to his photos, which I think is really nice. Now, in addition to all of that stuff, he also has a lot of variety on his account. So in the photos, you might see him crate digging or at a live show, or, my favorite, arranging lots of different albums on his floor for one big group photo. Pretty cool. Number 5, Slayercarito. This account comes to us from my home state of Texas and is managed by a girl named Carolina Martinez from El Paso. Now, she's got 5,000 followers, and what makes her account interesting is she's got good taste in music. So you'll see everything from Selena to Ray Charles, Nirvana, Sublime, Muddy Waters, Jimi Hendrix, Tool, and one of my recent favorites, The Parlor Trick. Also, you might see her visiting some different record shops or maybe catch a photo of her dog, which is kind of a nice little bonus. Number 4, the Vinylfactory. Okay, so this is the official account of the UK-based record label, pressing plant, and magazine called the Vinylfactory. And because they've been in the business since 2001, they have 103,000 followers on their Instagram. So as far as the numbers go, they by far have the biggest audience. Now, what makes their account so cool is that you're likely to see anything and everything under the sun related to vinyl records and music. So you might see photos of record pressing plants, turntables, live performances, music rooms, album covers, hi-fi equipment, interviews with bands, new stuff, vintage stuff, and my favorite, large music libraries that are really well organized. I guess I just have a thing for good organization. Makes my brain happy. Number 3, Vinylyorkies. This account has 31,000... Oh my god. Look at how cute that is. That little pup standing on his back legs behind the album, that is adorable. So yeah, this account has 31,000 followers and features, of course, the Vinylyorkies, Bandit, and Fiesta. So most of what you'll see on this account is photos of those cute little dogs hanging out near the vinyl and listening to their favorite tunes. And in addition to being so cute, the Vinylyorkies also have great taste in music. So you'll see stuff from The Offspring, Rage Against the Machine, Beck, Daft Punk, William Fitzsimmons, The Beatles, Elliott Smith, Lights, Weezer, Bob Dylan, Prince, and a lot of other album jackets. Also, have I mentioned they're adorable? Number 2, Suuzvinyl. This account comes to us from a lady named Suzanne with 10,000 followers, and she lives in the Netherlands. So the first thing that I really like is that she lists all of her vinyl equipment in the bio, which is cool because that way if you want to match her setup, you could easily do that. And that's also why in my videos I usually have all my vinyl gear listed in the description as well. So although this seems like a really simple thing, it's kind of important. Now moving on from that, the main thing I like about this account is the use of color and lighting. Every photo is just perfectly bathed in natural sunlight. Everything in her music room looks clear, crisp, colorful, and fun. I love how she has a white turntable, white speakers, white walls, white record cleaning machine, and a white record shelf, but also has wooden furniture and wooden floors. So I think all that stuff really contrasts well together and it makes for some great photos. And on top of all the furniture and design choices, you'll also see a lot of album covers, record shops, colored vinyl, and of course, photos of Suzanne. And finally, number 1, Mionyl. Now this account comes to us from a girl named Mio from Sweden who also works at a record shop. And the name of the account, Mionyl, comes from 2 words, Mio and vinyl. Mionyl. So she's got 28,000 followers, and what makes her account stand out the most is that in addition to her use of lighting and color, she has a really positive creative energy which really shows up in the photos. For example, she might paint her face to display an album cover, or use props like a mask, or she might wear a band shirt, or use a poster of that band in the background, or my favorite, sleeve faces. You just gotta love those sleeve faces, and there's definitely a lot to choose from on this account. So you could probably be there for a while, you know, just kind of going through all those creative sleeve faces that she came up with. Also, in addition to the sleeve faces, you might also see her recreating album covers, hanging out in a record shop, doing vinyl giveaways, or just taking some really great photos of some beautiful album artwork or colored vinyl. Also, I've noticed that when she posts a new photo, she usually writes up a nice paragraph about why that music in particular inspires her. So I think that's really nice. So basically, if you check out her Instagram, you will not be disappointed. Now, what do you guys think about this list, and which accounts are your favorite? Let us know down in the comments down below, and if you love music, be sure to subscribe and smack that little notification bell so you won't miss the new videos. And most importantly, friends, have a great day and keep spinning that vinyl. Oh, I have an Instagram too. I forgot to mention that.